obviously coming off a great weekend for Aggie softball. I felt like our day one, which was Saturday, and I'm probably going to mess up and say it was Friday, but you know what I mean, day one, I thought we pitched really well. We just kind of couldn't figure out some things offensively. We had our opportunities, played good defense, and then we came back to life, is what I would say. We had couple of meetings Friday night. I met with the group and kind of talked about some of the things that I was seeing and feeling, and talked to them about some things, and I thought they just did a tremendous job of bouncing back and playing the type of ball that they're capable of playing. And so obviously on Sunday that was a huge win for us, and really kind of set the tone for us to finish that series on Monday. But I thought Monday we executed. It was one of the games where I felt like every facet of our game, we did a really good job. So defense, short game, base running, lefty was lights out again. I thought Shaylee came in and really just did a tremendous job of having to hurry up and warm up, and then having to come into a really pressured situation, being in Alabama with the bases loaded with one out and working our way out of it with just one run. So just a tremendous job. I thought our big hitters did a great job. Trent, obviously, will be announced today. I think it probably already has, of being a co-player of the week. And it's just nice to kind of have those pieces back. Yeah.
So first, what about a Woolley update?
Yeah, she just she was available to play this weekend. I just didn't want to risk it because it's her hammy again. So it's just not feeling perfectly fine. It's not strained or pulled at this point in time, but if we push it, she would be out for 4 weeks, or could be out for 4 weeks. And so for me, it just wasn't worth it. So she's day to day again. She's feeling better every day. That kid, she's built differently, so hopefully we'll have her ready for this weekend.
Obviously winning a big series, but the deciding game, they give you 2 runs and then you turn around and give them 3 runs. You're on the road, coming back to win a game like that. You've been in this position before probably. What could that do for you? I'm not going to say it is going to do for you, but you almost gave it to them at that point and you take it back.
Yeah, I think it shows the maturity of this team and their confidence of knowing that no matter what the situation is, they can come back. They're not out of any game. It doesn't matter where you're at, who you're playing, and really it's always about us. And so I feel like that just kind of reiterated that sentiment. We saw a lot of that at the beginning of the year, and then as season goes, sometimes we lose sight of it. But I just thought they did a tremendous job in believing in each other. And they even actually said this to me, I think it was Beth Mowens in the in-game interview. She was like, okay, what do you guys have to do to figure out Beaver? You haven't figured her out yet on Monday night's game. And I'm like, actually, I think we are. Like, I think we're working her deep into accounts. We're making her throw a lot of pitches. We're seeing her. I said, I think it's going to pay dividends later on in the game. And I think it absolutely did.
Now that you guys are back, going on the road midweek, just what kind of challenges does that present to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a snake game, I'll be honest with you. And what I mean by that is North Texas is a very good team. I don't feel like they maybe showed their true colors when they were here last time. So it's going to be, you're going to be tired, right? All of those things. But at the end of the day, and they probably are tired of hearing me say this, like, tired is a mental state. Like, you have to go out and compete no matter kind of what your body feels like. You have to find a way to go out and compete and play your kind of softball. And so it might look different, but at the end of the day, we need to leave tomorrow with a W.
What pros and cons come with the familiarity of having already faced North Texas this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments pitching-wise, how they're going to pitch our hitters, and we'll do the same. But I think, for us, Denton is where Paige Lott is from, so we'll have a lot of Aggies, I believe, up in the stands, so it'll feel pretty good for us. And I think these are all really good tests for us. How are we going to respond after having a big weekend? What does that look like? I just, like as you're continuing to kind of look at the growth of our program, and I know Matt always reminds me that we're in year 2, but really we're taking some big steps forward, and so this is a step that we're going to have to take forward. And if you look across the country, I mean, even our baseball team had a tremendous weekend, and now, everybody's chasing them. They're ranked number 1, and they have a midweek today. LSU's playing ULL today. Like, there's everybody across the nation is doing that. Yes. And so, great teams find a way to get them done. So, how did our women's golf do today?
They finished second.
Oh, finished second. Okay, great job. Obviously, women's tennis, yeah.
I guess
Sorry.
I'm going to talk to you before Ole Miss. So you got 2 series left. And everything postseason's about series, basically, whatever. Where do you feel your team needs to fine tune or maybe work on, or you'd like to see get better before postseason?
Honestly, I really felt like what you saw Monday night were some things that we had been harping. So our short game, putting bunts down and putting pressure on defense, that led to some really big base running. We ran the bases really well and kind of forced pressure on the defense. So I think that's going to be key. Our ability to really stick to our plan in the box is something that I still feel like we could get better at. We, for the most part, like I said, this weekend did a good job, but we had a couple innings where I felt like things got a little wonky. And then lastly, we need Shaylee and Lev to really kind of step up. And I feel like they're trending in a really good direction. Shaylee, again, I was so impressed with her ability to come in that situation. That place is not easy to win at. I mean, those fans, we had peanuts getting thrown on us in the dugout. I mean, it was loud, and so I just was really proud of kind of her composure. And really, if you look at the video, that kid that hit that ball up the middle, about 2 pitches prior, there was a pitch that was really, really close, and so she did a really good job of composing herself and then just going to the next pitch. So.
Are you-
On that note, just going, you talk about prepping for postseason, whenever we'll talk pregame, going on the road in an environment like that, not the team, that's one of probably the 2 or 3 best environments in the country.
Yep.
Growth of the program.
Yeah, well, I feel like, we haven't been to the places that we want to get to as a program. And so when you start to put together those experiences, you start to get the feeling of like, hey, we can do this. It's just a confidence builder. And, you don't know how to get there until you get there. And so I feel like these little games and these situations really help prep us to figure out our path to getting to where we need to get to.
And I guess since you're bringing her in, what about the growth of Kennedy Powell within the year? And particularly, I think her average has gone up like 30 points in the last month. So
Yeah.
what's been with her?
Yeah. Did you guys see her over the head catch, that dive? It was sweet. Yeah, it was. Yeah, KP's just kind of coming into her own. I mean, last year she played a lot of outfield, and now this year she's back to where she's comfortable. But it takes them a little bit of time, and I think KP's doing a much better job of chasing pitches or attacking pitches that line up with her. And then her short game has come along, and she's always been somebody that has speed, but sometimes she kind of moves a little bit too fast through the box. So she's starting to understand and kind of feel her rhythm in Texas A&M, and so having her at the 9-hole, for me, the 9-hole has always been in my program. Obviously, Amari hit there last year quite a bit, has been kind of the secret sauce, somebody that turns over the lineup, that's kind of a nuance, that can run a little bit, can do all the things, hit base hits, bunt, run. KP now thinks she's a home run hitter, so, kind of do all those things, and it's just a nag, because the more times you can turn over that lineup, the better opportunities there are going to be for you to win the ball game.
So how about that? She's hit a home run, Wooley's hit a home run, Estate's hit a home run. A lot of people, I feel, when they're coaching slackers, they don't want that. Is that kind of a harder deal where he doesn't think they'll get out of their game even if they take it deep?
Yeah, I feel like the swing plane is a swing plane, and so I think he does a really good job of teaching them of when they should be using their short game, when they should bunt, how to chop, how to power. Really, a power slap is very similar to a swing away. And so they'll work on all different aspects because they just have more tools in the box. All those kids are pretty dynamic, obviously, on the base path with their speed. And so why not have more ways to get on base and cause chaos?
Not looking past tomorrow, but for Ole Miss coming in this weekend, just what makes you guys so dominant at home, and knowing that you only have a couple series left?
Yes. I think comfort is always, if you look across the country, especially in our conference, the home team is usually favored. I think there's a lot of reasons why, but I think for us, this is our last kind of weekend series before, we obviously go on the road, and we have a midweek the following week, but this is going to feel like kind of the last home series. And for me, it's just, let's leave it all on the table. I think the 12th man has been tremendous for us this year, and I think will only continue to get better and better. And so, our players enjoy playing in front of them and getting out and using, their energy to kind of get us, going through some tough innings, because this game is about momentum. And so I think, obviously Ole Miss, that game, I don't think we'll need any motivation. It's going to be senior weekend. There's a lot that's on the line. And so I think it's just, again, for us to just relax and come out and play our game.